What's going on in the kitchen? I'll tell you what's going on in the kitchen. We're going to be making some announcements, and I'm stuttering already. We're going to be making some announcements at the very end of this live. So if you're interested, stick around till the end. We're going to be announcing some guests that are going to be coming on within the next 30 days. And we're going to be upcycling a small radio and a stool. That's what we're doing in the kitchen. Hi guys, my name's Veronica from Chasing Sunshine by Veronica. I'm here live with you folks tonight, and I'm working on a 30-day challenge that my friend Miss Melanie Mel challenged me to. Today is day 5, and we are live. So without further ado, we're going to jump into the very first project. And we are going to be doing a little step stool that I've already painted in pantry door. And I am going to be putting some of Jamie Ray stencils on this. I'm just going to be putting a number, and we're going to be using, I believe, the number 5 tonight. Have you guys ever used Jamie Ray stencils before? If you have not, I'm really encouraging you to do so because they are top of the line, really good stuff. They're super thick and they're really, really good. So without further ado, we're just going to jump right into it. So when you place the stencil on the stool, you got to keep in mind the orientation of the front and or the rear. You know, I've already distressed this with 220. I kind of took it back just a little bit to give it that distressed look. Looks like I have a one person on already. If you could give me a thumbs up, if you could hear me okay, that'd be super great. Let me know who you are and where you're from. Standard OP, right? Okay, so we're going to use the number 5 stencil here. Like I said, this is the 5-inch number 5. And as far as the orientation, like I don't want to put the number 5 oriented so that it's placed in this way. I kind of want to do it where it's straight in line with this. So with that said, I do believe I'm going to do it this way, and I'm going to tape it down. So it's always wise to tape it down if you can. If you can't, you just got to have a really firm hand and hold it in place. And I do not measure. Hey, Becky, how are you? You're from Arizona. Hello. Are you Miss? Oh, here I go yelling again. Can you hear me okay, Becky? Give me a thumbs up if you can, pretty please. You wouldn't happen to know my sister Lenny Pooh, would ya? She's from Phoenix, Arizona. Okay. So I'm going to do my sort of measuring, which is a guesstimation. I use my 2 little fingers. I go about to the edge, and I go 1, 2, 3, little bumblebee. Okay, so that's my first little hashtag right there. Okay, so that's the first little spot, and then I'm going to go in from this side as well since it's a round subject matter. 1, 2, 3, little bumblebee. Hey, that's about perfect for me. Okay, so I'm going to drop this down. Of course, I just lifted that up like an idiot stick. And there we go. I feel like that looks pretty darn good to me. So for those of you that have never stenciled before, there's a couple of ways you can do it. You can do the pouncing method, you can do the swirling method, you could do any method that you want. Thumbs up, very good. Thank you, you can hear me. That's wonderful, Becky. So I got this, I've been fighting the sound for 4 days now. Today is day 5, and I'm brand new at this StreamYard as well as lives, and so the I don't know that I would recommend watching the previous 4 because the sound is terrible. So I got this new little I guess sound pod here. It's used for like if you're having a conference call or something or a Zoom meeting. And I thought, what the hey, I'm just going to give it a whirl. And so I'm trying not to shout tonight, and I'm trying to just stay calm, but keep my personality, you know what I mean? Okay, so with that said, I've got my number 5 dialed down, and then I'm going to use DIY Old School. This is like a really, really, really good color here. if you like the grays and the dark blacks. Um, the DIY paint is a clay-based paint. It's made with 9 ingredients. It's made with no VOCs, which basically means it's safe to paint around your children, around your pets. You know, it's all natural. It smells like clay. It's good, good stuff. So when you stencil, you saturate your brush all the way. Go ahead and just get it on there, get it on there. And then you're going to pounce it off. So I'm just going to use this little handy dandy piece of paper and you just rub it off. You get it until you get about this consistency of paint, okay? And then you want to come in and start swirling. So here we go. Swirl, swirl, swirl. Swirl, swirl, swirl. And so it takes a little bit longer, you know, to get the paint on there. But in the long run, it's going to behoove you because it won't go, oh, well, I'm not going to say it won't, but it shouldn't go underneath the stencil, therefore bleeding and making like a mess, right? Hi, Linda. Thanks for jumping on. Thank you for the compliment as well. The last few nights, the sound has been something else. And tonight we have a whole new sound system set up. And so I'm hoping that it sounds a little bit better. Today was a super fun day, Miss Linda. Guess what we did today? So I went to work and Miss Jasmine brought the boys out to culture camp. So they got to go have a super fun day and make some regalia, at least start some, and just interact with all the other little children. And they had a super great day. It was a fun day. Yeah, Jasmine made a really nice, well, she hasn't finished it either, but she started a really nice necklace. Super proud of those little guys. And Olivia got a house. Her and Colton were able to find a place that they're moving into in Montague. So that's great news. Everything's good on the home front. Okay, we are almost done with this stencil. And then we'll move on to the next project. So I'm not trying to get full coverage here. I'm just trying to get enough to represent the number 5. And I actually did get pretty much full coverage. We'll see how I did. You guys are ready? Okie dokie. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Little bumblebee. Ta-da! There it is. I feel like that turned out pretty nice. And so this is the number 5 in the JRV stencil 5-inch. So that's 5 inches tall. And so when this dries, I'm going to come back and distress that as well. And then I'm going to put a layer of clear wax and it'll be good to go. These basically sell like hotcakes in vendor booths. People really like them. And as far as I know, the number 5 for some reason is a really popular number. Don't know why, but a little pro tip there. Okay, so we're going to move on to the second project tonight, which is very excited about this one because I've actually never used this color before. So I'm going to bump you guys up and actually, no, I'm going to turn you guys slightly. Tonight, I'm also working on not moving the camera around as much. And so each night, I feel like I will just get better and better. Hey, Bree, how are you, sweetheart? I'm trying really hard to not shout. And I've got this new little mic here set up. This is basically for a conference call, right? I got it at Best Buy. It was like 32 bucks. And folks seem to say that it sounds a little bit better. So thumbs up. Okay. So this is Sweet Pickins milk paint. This is 1 quart in the color creamy, and it covers 72 square feet. So the thing about milk paint is it's a true, authentic, old-fashioned milk paint. And so with that comes all natural ingredients, and it only lasts for about a week in the refrigerator. So you only want to mix as much as you're going to use. And you don't want to waste it because this is super good stuff. A bag this size retails for $26.75, and you could do quite a few projects with this or a big dresser. That's what I would say. 72 square feet. So we're just going to jump right into it. Now, this isn't a true white. It's a creamy. It's off-white. Yeah, we'll just see what the color looks like as soon as we get it put together here. And so the way you mix it is you put equal amounts of water as well as the paint. If you want it a little thinner, then you can add a little more water. If you want it a little thicker, you can add a little more paint. But the recommendation is equal parts to equal parts. So here we go, guys. And I'm mixing a quarter cup. And so it ends up being a half a cup of paint because quarter cup of each, right, equals a half a cup. So you can mix it up with a fork. You can mix it up with one of these little frothers for lattes. You can mix it up with just about anything that you have. This is what I like to mix it up with because I really like to get it nice and creamy in consistency. So when you first mix it up, it's going to be foamy, and you do want to let it sit for just a little minute. And so I just realized that I was going to do this first, and I totally forgot. Hey, Miss Autumn, how are you, sweetheart? My sweet husband reminds me you were live. What an angel. Why don't you give him a big hug for me, pretty please? I thank you so very much. So I was going to make an announcement at the end of the video, but I think I'm just going to jump in and do it now because I'm super excited. So my friend, Miss Melanie from the Colored Caboose, challenged me to go live for 30 days in a row. The reason she did that is because we were talking about just how we really want to grow our YouTube channel and be part of the community, and how we are procrastinators, and for some reason something always comes up and we don't want to go live. So she challenged me to go live for 30 days, and I took her up on it. So today is day 5, like I said. And with that said, I have asked some pretty high tone people to go live with me within that 30 days. And I have heard back from quite a few of them so far, and the answer from each and every one of them have been yes. And so I am so thrilled about that. My next guest is going to be Miss Melanie, the gal that actually challenged me to do this. And she's going to come on Monday. And we have a very special project. It's going to be pretty fun and interactive with you guys. What we're going to do is we're going to randomly, well, it's not so much randomly because my other half is on a fire right now, so he's not able to collect my items. So we are going to collect random things around our household, myself as well as Melanie, and we're gonna write them all on a piece of paper, put them in a hat, and then we're going to draw out of the hat, and then whatever item we draw out of the hat, we are going to use as a tool to then paint on a canvas. So it can be anywhere from a spatula to a hairbrush to a butter knife to those little brushes that you use for barbecues. It could be anything. And then we are going to paint on canvas. And so it's going to be pretty fun and exciting. And then on Tuesday, I have Miss Autumn from Island Heart Vintage, and she's going to pop on with me. We're going to do something fun as well. So I have several other folks that are going to come on, but I'm going to just not spill it all out in one episode because I'm going to be live here for 30 days. So I would really love it if you guys would continue to come back and support me on this journey. Super, super fun. Okay, here we go. So I haven't quite given it a long time to settle down, and I hope I don't reap any huge repercussions because I'm gonna just paint. I'm really working on getting better at this whole live situation. So you see these little these are basically tick marks so that I know exactly where to pull my situation. So look at this handy dandy little guy here. Ta-da! And that's about perfect. And then on the floor down here, I have tape as well so that it's all lined up and I'm not just moving you guys all around consistently. So I'm going to go in. You know what? I'm going to start with my S30 to paint the front here. This is a really sweet little old radio. Actually, you know, I don't think it's super old because the wiring in the back is still I feel like it's pretty modern, but it's made to look old. And so I'm going to go in and paint all these fine details. I have this newspaper under here so that I don't get the inside painted there. So typically you want, depending on what you want. So let me tell you a little bit about this milk paint. So milk paint traditionally is very chippy in nature. And so that's what a lot of folks really, really love about it, is that it creates that authentic, chippy, old-fashioned, layered look. And so that's what a lot of people really, really love. If you don't love that look so much, then you would want to put extra bond in, just a splash. Actually, I don't know the exact measurements, but Jamie Ray puts a splash because she likes the chippy look. But if you don't like the chippy look, then you would put the recommended amount of extra bond within your paint, and that will prevent it from chipping off. And so there's a lot of things that play into this. If an item is really, really like shiny, or yeah, if it's really shiny, or it has like wax on it from years of just polishing it, you know, the milk paint will not stick to that surface as good as it would, like, we'll say, a raw wood. So there's a lot. The fun thing about milk paint is that it's very unpredictable, and so it's super, super fun. Hey, love you, what you're doing, but have to go. Thank you, Miss Linda, for jumping on. I really, really appreciate your support, honey. Okay, so here we go. And so it actually has settled down quite a bit, and it's thick and frothy. So let's go in and give it a whirl. So if you don't mix up your milk paint super, super well, then you will get chunks in your milk paint. And a lot of folks actually like those chunks, because then, if they like the chippy look, because it introduces the opportunity for more chippiness when you sand it down. And milk paint typically is a little more streaky than the DIY clay paint as far as the first coat. You know, I feel like I got it pretty thick here because I'm getting really good coverage, honestly. So I want the chippy look, and so I did not put any extra bond within this. Yeah, so we're just painting along, and I am so stoked to be with you guys. I'm really having a lot of fun. I have you guys on my mind all the time, thinking what I could do, what topics I can talk about, and just this whole journey of going live and creating content for Facebook as well as YouTube. So my overall objective is to build my YouTube channel more so than my Facebook. I am brand new in business, and so I don't really know what is the better approach. Maybe Miss Bree, you could tell me like some pros and cons of building your Facebook versus building your YouTube, and then vice versa. I just really tend to migrate towards YouTube. That's where I started. I barely just started our Facebook account, and it's a little more complicated for me to work within, as far as like when I go to try to find a video, like for instance, it'll say live, you know, DIY's paint clubs going live, and then I click it, and then it does not take me to the video. So then I go to the group, and I still cannot find the live, and so it's a little more cumbersome than YouTube. You just go straight to YouTube, go to the person that you're following, click on their channel, and bam, wham, thank you, there it is. So as far as like a personal stance, that's my personal stance on it. But as far as a business outlook, I really don't know which is better or if they're equal in comparison. So here we go. I'm really kind of taking my time, and I typically just slather it on there. I don't know why. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so this is not going to be completed tonight because I'm going to put a couple coats on this, and we have to wait for dry time, and then we'll sand it down. And so tomorrow, the way I've been working it is I'll start my project and show you like the theory behind what I'm doing and the process, at least on one side of the subject. And the following night, I will show you the finished project, because I will then go in like tomorrow and finish this up and show you guys the overall project. And so that's how I've been working it. That's just kind of what I'm doing. So here we go. If you guys have any questions for me, just put them in the comments there. And I haven't been getting many comments after the the live, and so I'm unable to see the comments that are present during a live stream for some reason. And so I really would love to continue to interact with you guys. Something like you guys could tell me things that I can improve on, things that you enjoyed seeing me do, so that I could kind of get a grasp of how to then create my channel as far as the future goes. So like right now I'm talking kind of in a lower monotone because the last few nights, I mean, my overall personality is very loud and kind of bubbly. And so, but that's, my energy flows when I am in that state. And so right now I'm kind of trying to keep it down so that it doesn't sound so annoying, because when I watch these videos in the evening, it's like, wowzer, that is really terrible. And so I don't want it to be really terrible, but I want my personality to come out as well. So I'm just trying here. You guys just let me know your feedback, I guess. Good or bad, I could take it. I'm pretty tough cookie here. So there's a lot going on in the YouTube world right now. I have joined Miss Dion Woods, actually this is the Facebook world, in her Creative Connections group. I'm really, really excited about it. I haven't quite gotten down all the times when she goes live, and I'm not dialed as far as that goes yet because I have life, right? But once I do, I'm going to be watching more of those lives. Okay, so this is paint coat number 1. I'm hoping that even though I've moved my location just now, that you guys can still hear me kind of in the same monotone. That's my overall hope with this new mic that I got. I still have to figure out a workaround for when I have guests, because when I have a guest, I'm not able to plug anything into my phone like a mic, because then I can't hear my guest. So I've got to figure that out, and I hope to do so. Okie dokie. So there's coat number 1. We're going to let that dry. And as you can see, it's quite streaky here and there and everywhere, but that's okay. That's milk paint for you. So in between coats, you definitely want to put the lid on your paint there. And if you have something to put around your paintbrush, like a piece of wax paper, not wax paper, oh my goodness, like a bag, then that would be super cool. Okay, wow, was that all I was going to do tonight? I think it was. So I was going to do the first layer of milk paint. I did the Jamie Ray stencil number 5 with, I think I said Sweetie Jane, but that is actually not correct. It's Apothecary. This little guy here is Apothecary and Old School. So this will be completed tonight. I'll put some of that clear wax on there and it'll be good to go. And tomorrow, this little radio will be good to go. And we're going to start on a big mirror. My friend Miss Melanie, hey, sounds okay. The sound is great. I love your personality. I love you too, Miss Autumn. That's not what I mean by sound. I wonder if it's different in Facebook. I'm on YouTube tonight. Okay, yeah. I want to check that out tonight as well when I get off of here. So if you guys wouldn't mind subscribing to my YouTube channel, if you're watching me on Facebook, I'd really appreciate it. It's Chasing Sunshine by Veronica, and vice versa. If you are on YouTube, jump over to our Facebook account, Chasing Sunshine by Veronica, and subscribe, share, like, comment, all the good stuff. Even if you just did one of the things, I would be super grateful. So let me look at my little list. I talked about the guests. 30 days of live. Tomorrow will be day number 6. And like I said, we're going to be working on a great big mirror. I'm going to be then coming onto the mirror and putting some molds to create kind of a European fanciness about it. I got the idea from Miss Melanie Mel, and we're going to try it. So all right, guys, I really, really appreciate your time. We've been on for about 25 minutes. I think that's enough for your time that I took. And you guys have a wonderful evening. Hi, Nicole. And I thank you so very much for jumping on Facebook. I see you're coming on Facebook. I challenge you to go over to YouTube and subscribe to my channel. All right, guys, chase that sunshine, whatever that means for you. And I'll see you tomorrow around 7-ish. Okay, bye guys.